With the history of Valentine's Day, there are three stories about a saint by the name of Valentine from the Middle Ages in Rome, as well as a pagan festival by the name of leprosy. With the first legend is that Valentine was a priest who had served during the 3rd century when Emperor Claudius II had outlawed marriage of single men because he had thought that they would make better soldiers. But Val had defied Claudius's orders to perform marriages for young lovers in secret, but was eventually discovered and was beheaded by Claudius himself in a town outside of Rome. The second story of Valentine is said that he was to be killed for helping people escape the harsh Roman prisons where they were often beaten and tortured while in prisons. Then the final story about Valentine was when he was in prison, he had fallen in love with his jailer's daughter, who had visited Valentine during his confinement. But before Valentine's death, it was rumored that he sent the jailer's daughter the first Valentine's Day letter, and he signed the letter, "From your Valentine." Then with the pagan festival, leprosy, it had gotten its start in the year 270 AD, and was believed to have originally taken place sometime around the middle of February, around the 15th. It is believed that people from the Christian church had attempted to Christianize the holiday in an attempt to celebrate the anniversary of the death and burial of Valentine. The original history for Lupercalia was that it was a fertile festival to commemorate the god of agriculture as well as the two founders of the Roman culture, Romulus and Remus. The festival begins when Roman priests would gather at a sacred cave where Romulus and Remus were said to have been born, and where they were said to be taken care of by a she-wolf or lupa. At the cave, the priests would sacrifice goats to represent fertility, and a dog which would be for purification. The priests would then strip the goat's hide and dip it in the sacrificial blood, then proceed to gently slap both women and crops with the hide. The women of Rome were far from fearful, and they would welcome the touch of the hide because they believed it would make them more fertile in the coming year. Then the legend goes that later that day, the young women of the city would have their names placed in a big urn, where the city's bachelors would choose out the name of a woman who would be paired with the chosen woman for a year, and typically the matches would end in marriage. Then in the 5th century, the Pope at that time had outlawed Lupercalia because it was deemed unchristian. And that's the history of Valentine's Day.